Hi everyone, this is Tuplex. Welcome back to the Vanilla Megabase series. It's been a few days since I've published an episode for this particular series. I've been doing Factorio in the meantime. And while I've been doing that in parallel, I finished building out all the rest of the smelting. So you can see now that we've got 4 lines, or not 4 lines, but 4 sections making copper plate. Those are all complete. We've got 5 sections making steel. The steel is not hooked up yet just because I don't have any demand for steel right now, and I don't want the iron going there and then have the iron ore trains just sitting there waiting to empty when there's no chance of them emptying anytime soon. And actually right now I can see that I forgot to connect the exits of these 2 steel lines, so I'll have to take care of that at some point. And then we've got 3 sections making iron plate for export. I had originally planned to make gears as well in this area and send out the gears by train. But then when I planned it out, I didn't really account for space to do that. So it's actually not there's actually not a good place for me to do that. So I think for now I'll just plan to do the gears where they're going to be consumed and just run off of the plates. I don't know. We'll see. Actually, if I look at my planner, let's look for iron gears. Oh, wow. Okay. Looks like I only need 2 machines, 2 fully beaconed and moduled machines making iron gears full time. So that's not too bad. Yeah, so I think I'll just do it. I'll just do the gears locally rather than centrally. Okay, so we got all that. We've got all of our circuits producing. I've got lots and lots of modules now. Actually, I've got 5.2K productivity modules, and I've got, is it 2.4, 1.4? Let me see here. I don't know. I have a lot of speed modules too. Let's see. Yeah, this chest has 1.3K, and then this chest has 2.4K. So these 2 chests are full, and then on the productivity side, I have 2 more chests that are full of modules, and then I've got these. So I've got lots of modules available. So the next thing to do is to start with the science. And I think I'm going to start with the rocket for the space science. Because the nice thing about that is over here in the starter base, most of the time my science is not going because I'm waiting for this thing. Right? So if I get space science going first, then I can manually bring over a couple stacks of space science and get some research done over here without having to wait for this to finish. Let me check what I got here. In fact, I'm gonna there might be enough here to finish. No, there's not enough to finish that. I guess I'll just let this go. I was going to say maybe I'll just stop launching rockets here. In fact, I think that is what I'm going to do. I'll stop launching rockets in the main base. Rocket fuel. Where am I getting? I should be putting rocket fuel into a chest, shouldn't I? where am I getting my rocket fuel from, if not from there? Okay. Whoops. Oh, you know what? I think I'm making it. I think I'm making some over here near the refinery. Yeah, okay. So that's where I'm getting rocket fuel for the trains and stuff. Yeah, so we can completely shut that down. All right, so I'll just cut the belts there. This one I have to keep running because I need the lightweight structures for the other science packs. Okay, and then I will cut the power to the rocket silo, since that consumes a lot of energy. All right, and we'll just leave it like that for now. And actually I want to do an experiment here. My planner says that I need 1.4 rocket silos, but that doesn't take, yeah, that's if I have 24 speed modules on beacons around this thing. But it is a rather large structure, and I want to see how many beacons I can fit around it, because maybe I can get more than 24 speed modules affecting it. And if that's the case, then I might be able to get by with a single rocket silo. That would be my preference. Although, now that I think about it, even if I could do that, there's always that delay where it prepares the rocket for launch. So there's a ceiling on how fast you can get it to go. So I think what I will do is I will make 2 rocket silos. All right, and I'll do that right here. We'll set this. We're going to need a lot of stuff. So we'll set that up. I'll put a requester chest. And actually, let's put a couple. Okay, because we need 1,000 steel, 1,000 concrete. So I'll put those separately. And then I'll put the rest of the ingredients in here and subtract the steel and the concrete. Okay, and we'll wait for that to build. That'll take a few minutes. Especially the steel part of it. Yeah. Although I could go over to the smelting area and grab some steel. I did make some already. All right, almost there. Almost got the first one. Here, and I'm going to cut this off so that we can take all the steel for our needs here temporarily. I'll come and grab some. And we'll put that in manually. Okay, so we got the first one done. And now we just got to wait for the second one. Let me make sure I'm putting those engine units in the network. I don't know if I am. Yes, I am. But I'm also making a lot of bots, which means they're not going to be refilling terribly quickly. All right, there's 5 more. I think I'm making some up here too, right? No, that's the only place I'm making them. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, so it looks like we're going to be waiting for those engines. Okay, we got 77. There's 85. There's 90. $99. All right, that should do it then. $97. Oh, we need 200. Crud. Okay. I guess it's going to take a little while then. Let's do this. So this will take a minute or two. Speed it up a bit. There's 20 more. There's 22 more. All right, let's see how we're doing now. Got 156. Okay, we need like another 40. There's 35. That's 51. And I'll grab a few more just for good measure. All right, that should do it then. Okay, give me my modules back. Okay. Yeah, there we go. And there's number 2. Okay, you can have all the steel back. You can have blue circuits back. You can have the concrete back. And then we'll turn the rest of these into active providers to get those emptied out. Okay, great. So I've got my 2 rocket silos. So now we can go and find a suitable location and start to build up the rocket production area where we're going to be getting our space science. And I'm thinking that I will extend this rail and start building it in that region. Let's see. That'll give me access to copper and circuits. From here, I'll have access to copper and circuits, but I don't have access to iron. Or steel. So I'm going to have to link those. Nor will I have access to refinery products, because those are on this rail. So those things are all separated right now. All right, so let's go up there and try to figure out. Yeah, see, I can't even get there. I can't get there in my own train. I can get here, though. So, I'll just go to circuits, PAX, and then we'll figure out what to do with these rail networks. I'm going to have to join them. And do it in such a way that will hopefully minimize traffic jams. All right, now none of my ore trains will be going out on this network. So maybe instead of having this, maybe I should just bring this up and connect it. Or maybe, no, I don't want to, I want to connect it as far down the line as possible. And having this coal patch here is not helping matters. Then again, it could be that I don't need all of this. So I'm going to remove this. I got to get this out of the way. And then I'll try to rebuild most of it as best I can around the rails that I'm going to have here. All right, so we won't lose too much. Oops. There we go. And then we can just do underground belts. Oops. Like so. Okay. Okay. So now we can run trains through the coal patch. All right. So I wonder, you know what I could do? I could merge these into I think I could merge these into a four-way, or a four-lane, two in each direction. Let's see if I can do that. And then use that as my main rail thing. Okay. So if I was going to make that my main rail thing, let's do, yeah, first let me extend that. Okay, so that way I can keep this aligned. And then what if we merge in like this? Okay. I need more rail. This is going to be tricky, and there's going to be a little bit of crisscrossing involved. I think I got plenty of signals. Oh, great. I got all this coal over here. I better add another storage chest. Where's my rail? It's up here. There we go. I'll just take half of it. Okay. Yeah, there's my first problem. All right. So let's line this up there. Okay. All right, so I have two going this way. Right? So that can connect straight. And then this one has to come down here. Okay, and then this one can go there. And then this one can go there. Okay, that's not terrible. So I'll put a chain signal right there. We'll put a chain signal right there. And I think that's it. All right, let's see. Okay. All right, I think that works. Okay, and then I'll put a junction right here. That's a 4-into-2 junction. And we'll put the rocket base up there. Okay. And then temporarily we can put a double U-turn. Here's one. That's not going to work. This is harder to do than you might otherwise expect. Okay, well, here's what I'm going to do. Okay. I really need to signal this. Okay, so this is going to be going this way. So chain signal, chain signal. It's going to be going this way. Chain signal, chain signal. All right, I think that'll make it safe. All right, so that means we can use this for building rockets. And my intention there is to have the rocket silos in the center and then have all the rocket parts being built around it. And we're going to need satellites too. So we're going to need, I think we're going to need pretty much every ingredient, pretty much everything that we make in the base to do that. Because we're going to need to make rocket control units. We need to make satellites. We're going to need to make solar panels and accumulators for the satellites. You know, one thing I did in my previous bases is maybe I'll just make satellites here in the starter base and ship those up by train. Rather than having to build solar panels and all that other stuff outside. Because otherwise, all we need are circuits, all we need are solid fuel. And then here all we need are plastic, steel, and copper. So the actual rocket parts, yeah, so the solar panels and batteries and everything we only need to make the satellites. And I think it'd be better just to do that here in the main base as I am already, and then just send a train. That'll save me from having to build a lot of infrastructure for all the parts for those things. Yeah, and we don't use batteries for any science packs, do we? We only use them for bots. Oh, we use them for the robot frames. Okay, and the robot frames we use. And I forgot to turn my steel back on. Yeah, we need them for robot frames, which we use for yellow science. That uses robot frames and low density structures. Okay. So I am going to need batteries. What else do we need for solar panels? That's all stuff we're going to be bringing in. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to have to make batteries somewhere. And the batteries take plates, which we're going to be bringing anyway, and acid. Maybe I should make batteries over here. Let's see what, how many batteries it says I need. Calculator says 7.3 machines making batteries. That's going to consume a lot of plate though. But I'm already bringing the acid over. And I already have the plates here, which is kind of why it seems like it would be convenient just to make the batteries over here too. I'm just worried we might start consuming iron and copper plates faster than we can get them in and out of this little area. Or we can just make the batteries over here for all the rocket parts. But then here's the other thing. I have to make low density structures. And I'm going to need those for science packs as well as launching the rockets. And I don't want to make them in two different places, so I may need to centralize the production of low density structures. Or maybe I just build, maybe the science and the rockets, maybe I should just make like one huge area where I build everything. All the science packs. And just bring in a ton of trains. I think I kind of like that idea, actually. Right, so instead of shrinking down, actually, forget this T-junction. Let's just have 4 lanes of trains coming in, and I'll build a big unloading station for all the stuff that we're making. We'll bring in all the ingredients to one area, and we'll make everything that we need all in one big factory. Right over here. So we'll make all the science packs, all the rocket parts, everything except plates and circuits and the refinery products. And then we'll bring them all in by train. And if we're doing that, then maybe I don't even need to merge these. Yeah, I don't need to merge these. And that'll help avoid problems with this crazy little thing. Oh, I shouldn't have removed my U-turn already. I need to turn this thing around. Okay, well here, let's do this. I'll just back this up. All right, and then I'll send this back to the circuit. PAX. Okay, so if I'm going to, if these 2 rail networks are going to come over here and then that's going to be the terminus, then I don't need to do this. All right, so essentially everything I've done in this episode has been a waste of time, and thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. You know, it was necessary to work these things out in my head, so it's not all a complete waste. Okay. Yeah, so we can just do this. And then after I feel like I've given myself enough room, we'll turn those north, and then we'll empty somewhere. Okay, so we'll just call this science. And then we'll just build stackers and unloading stations somewhere around there. And we're probably going to need 10, 20, 30,000 bots in that area. So we should start, we should uncap our bot production so we can let that take place. I'm not sure if this is going to work, by the way. I did, I mean, for those of you who have been with me for a long time, back when I did my Rail World Marathon series, which I think was version 15, I did 500 science a minute in marathon mode, and I did all the science packs and the rocket all in one place. And that worked. And, it was only 500, but in marathon mode, 500 science packs consumes about the same amount of resources that 1,000 does in normal mode as we are now. So, and it worked. It worked. So I think this will work. And especially that I have 2 sets of rails bringing all that stuff in instead of a single one, because in that base I only had 2 lanes of rail feeding the whole area. I think we can manage the traffic. Yeah, so that's what we'll do. I've been adding extra turrets around the perimeter as I have time. I haven't made it all the way around, so every once in a while I just open up map view and throw down extra turrets here and there, and it helps a lot. Right, and these turrets here on the edge haven't killed anything. That one has, but yeah, all these turrets I think we can just pick up, and then the bots can put them where they're more useful. Yeah, same. Oh no, these have some kills actually. So those are hitting things up there, but up here they're not going to hit anything. Okay. So let's uncap, or at least increase. No, we're just going to uncap it completely. Logistic spots. I'm going to need many chests of logistic spots if we're going to do this all in one area. We're going to need an awful lot. Okay, now this. This little thing I can get rid of. That was just to get the achievement. Where are those robot frames I just picked up? Okay, awesome. Yeah, we're going to need a lot of bots to make that work. Okay, so in the next episode, we'll start setting up a massive unloading station. And I think what we'll do is I'll set up, maybe 4 stations or something like that where the trains unload, and I'll have them unload into active provider chests. Okay. And then we'll set up a big storage array like this, and then we'll use circuits to monitor the inventory and decide what we let in and what we don't. That was something else that I did in the Rail World Marathon series. I had separate unloading stations. So for example, I'll have a bunch of stations here, okay? So we'll have iron, copper, plastic, steel, etc. We'll have like at least one of these stations for every single commodity. So the trains will go there first. And then there's going to be a circuit there that checks to see whether the inventory is low enough that it needs that train to unload. Right? And until then, the train is just going to wait there. And then when the inventory drops below a certain level, then they'll all go into these, a smaller number of unloading stations where it'll just come in, it'll unload into active providers, and then it'll leave. And, obviously when it unloads into the active providers, then the bots will come and pick it up and put them into storage. And then from the storage chests, they'll get distributed to wherever they're needed to make production. So that way you can manage lots of different ingredients in one area without having to have a separate unloading station for each item that you need to bring into the base, right? Which in this case is going to be, we've got 3 different kinds of circuits. We've got iron, steel, and copper, so that's 7. Then we've got acid and lubricant, that's 9. Solid fuel, rocket fuel, that's 10, that's 11. So that's 11 different commodities there, and there's still a couple more that we're going to need. We're going to need stone brick to make walls. So we still need to set up stone brick production. We're going to need stone to make rail. We also need stone brick for the furnaces. I think that's everything, right? So we still need stone and stone brick. That's something that we haven't done yet. I don't have a lot of stone within the walls, do I? I've built over all of my nice stone deposits. Here's one. That's 9 million. I guess between these 3, we can make it happen. Yeah, so I'll probably I'll do the stone production over here next to the big patch, and then we might have to bring in some additional stone from these other 2 patches to supplement it. And then maybe tap into this one as well. Anyway, we'll figure that out as we get to that point, but that's the general idea right now. So we'll get into that in the next episode. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.